moving on to procedural rights. Again, procedure is what are the protections surrounding the planning process? What kind of rights does the parent have in this process? Here's another important procedural right. It's called prior written notice. Basically, this is just to give the parent more information about the reasons the school district does or refuses to do something. So anytime the school proposes to start or change something in the IEP, they have to provide this prior written notice. So let's say the school wants to conduct an initial evaluation. They have to give this notice to the parent as to why. When the school says no to your request for an evaluation, services or placement that are proposed in a different setting, the school wants to change how it identifies your child's disability or reduce or change your child's educational services. So all of these would trigger prior written notice. So what does it actually look like? Well, it has to include the following: an explanation of why the school wants to make this change or is refusing to make a change the parent requests. Number two, a description of other options that were considered and why those options were rejected. Three, a description of each test record the school used in making the decision, and a procedural safeguard notice about their rights. So you can see how helpful this is, to a parent, and what an important procedural right it is. So, the school can't just say, we're not going to do this because I said so. Kind of like we might have said to our children when they were little, the answer is no because I said so. The school can't do that. If they disagree with a parent's request, they have to explain the reasons why. Again, so the parent has this right to be informed about the process, and that's part of prior written notice. This prior written notice can be done in the IEP if it complies with all of these categories. So that's not a problem. They don't necessarily have to write a separate letter outlining the prior written notice. It can be in the IEP as long as it complies with all of these requirements.